Yes, we have to love one another, but remember there is another within us also. There are many, as we saw today, asmitas. We have created many identities, many roles inside our head, and sometimes two identities inside our head fight with each other. The mother fights with the yoga teacher, the professional fights with the homemaker, the student fights with the teacher. We have to first stop the fight that is going on inside our head. If we don't stop the fight going inside our head, we will only see separation outside. Humanity as a whole reflects the state of mind of an individual. Individual creates humanity, and the minds of individual creates mind of the humanity. The humanity is a reflection of an average individual. If you take 7.5 billion people and see how they behave, it is the behavior of one random person. Each individual is creating consciousness. And as individuals come together and become a group, it becomes group consciousness. I have seen many times in life of my own life and my students' lives that one person comes to yoga, grows in yoga, grows through yoga, and slowly the whole life around them starts transforming. Their partner transforms, their family transforms, their neighbors transform. It's beautiful. That's why realize your responsibility towards yourself first. You cannot be a doctor unless you have studied medicine. You cannot help a blind unless you can see a little. But remember, you don't need to be a big fire to find your way out of darkness. Even a small matchstick can do that job. Point that I am making is, let this retreat be an important point in your life where you make a firm decision to make yourself your own priority. It is not selfish, it is not egoistic. If your mind says it is egoistic to make yourself your priority, then tell me one thing that is not egoistic. Everything is egoistic. As far as you are in Prakriti, it is ego. People will always talk about you. People will always say negative things about you. Not everybody will love you. There will be more haters than lovers. You cannot correct your perception in other people's heads, but at least have a firm perception of yourself in your own head. Remember, I am giving you a very important statement now. All that you seek is within you. All that you seek outwardly is already present within you. For whatever reason your mind takes you outward, realize it is already there within you. In fact, if you are further away from yourself, the further away you will go in search of yourself. But you are not there, you are here. You are not out there, you are here. Yourself is not there somewhere. Yourself is here. No one else can give you yourself except you. All that you seek is within you. If you don't love yourself, your mind will take you out to find love. If you don't find security within yourself, your mind will take you outwardly to find security. If you don't give space to yourself, your mind will take you out and blame others, especially in the relationship. You don't give me space. If you don't hold yourself closer, you will want to hold other people in a possessive way. That's why understand yourself first. And that's why the more and more you become satisfied within yourself, all the outward tendencies of mind to run out, reduce. I cannot say much about this realization, that all that you seek is within you, but it is there. In spirituality, in the path of yoga, you have many questions. And many times you don't find answers. But if you keep working on yourself, the questions disappear. You don't find answers because there are no questions anymore. The need to ask goes away. The need to find answer goes away because of trust. If you don't trust somebody, you'll have a lot of doubt. And out of that doubt, you'll have a lot of questions. But if you trust somebody, there'll be no doubt. I have my laptop with all my life files, and I trust her. And I have to go somewhere for 4 hours. I don't want to take my laptop. So what do I say? Can you keep just keep my laptop. And I go. I get stuck in traffic, something happens. 4 hours become 5 hours, 5 hours become 6 hours, 6 hours becomes 1 day. Am I worried about my laptop? No. Why? Because I trust her. I trust her and I know she has my laptop and that's it. Done. Forget laptop, my child. I brought my child, I keep it with her. Can you take care of him, please? I'll just go down the mountain and get something. Maybe some accident happens and there's no way to come up. I'm not worried about my child. I say, okay, my child is with her, it's okay. No problem. So I'll call her and say, I'll come tomorrow. She says, no problem, don't worry, take your time. It's all fine. No sympathetic response. But if I keep the child, say in their kindergarten of this kibbutz, I say, can you look after this to a random teacher, kindergarten teacher, who I just know socially. Then every hour I am late to come back here. It will be like a small heart attack. Your amount of worry is directly proportionate to your mistrust. The less the trust, more the worry. More the trust, less the worry. So you worrying about something is ultimately a matter of trust, faith. Now what happens is, when you have lack of faith, you worry inwardly and you go out externally. Go. I have to do this. Who else will help me? Ultimately, it's all me. If I don't do, who else will do it? All these elevated statements, all these inflating ideas will only exhaust you. There are times when people spend the whole life running behind this, behind that, behind this, behind that. And when the life is about to leave them, they question, what have I achieved? All I have done is just keep running behind this and that. They don't know who was running. And in that they die. They were running, but they did not know who was running. So remember, you are not out there. Who you are, Patanjali will never tell you. Even if Patanjali sits on your head, still you will not know who you are. It is your journey. And the reason why I spoke so extensively about turning the mind inward is because that is where you are. You are not out there. Out there is just a facade. Your title, your role, your clothes, your images, the personality that you have portrayed in the social setup, in people's minds. And then what do? We exhaust ourselves in keeping up that perception. What does she think of me? Oh, good. Oh, he thinks bad of me. Psst, put some more effort. We are all obsessed with rescuing our perception in people's heads. So much energy, so much effort goes in literally like holding. Oh, it's falling. Give her more attention. My identity in her mind is secure. Oh, she thinks wrongly of me. Call her, write to her, give her gifts. Why? Because we don't know ourselves. What do you think of me? 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 We ask 10 people and then find an average and we say, this is me. How do I know I'm a good teacher? Because 6 out of 10 students said my class was good. Four said nothing. But if 9 people say my class was good and 1 person says, I don't even pay attention to the 9. I will only pay attention to that ambiguous response. It's called negativity bias in psychology. Negativity bias. It's 9:1 ratio. Yes?
Why it's so important to the people they said that you are good or you are bad. If you are good, you are good.
It's not important, but we give it a lot of importance. It's not important. Ultimately, if people say it's good, you are good, it's still their perception. If people say you are bad, it's still their perception. It is their perception. You ultimately have to live your perception. So, instead of putting a lot of effort in managing your perception in other people's heads, which will never be consistent. I am not saying positive or negative. Perception about you in people's minds will never be consistent. People who put you up on a pedestal, same people will put you down one day. And we see this in the history of humanity. So, don't waste much time and energy in trying to create a certain image, but use that energy to find yourself, to understand who you are, and then accept it in the good or bad or whatever. Yes.
When you spoke earlier about trust, But not everyone is
trustworthy. That's your lesson. That's your lesson.
I can.
You trust somebody, somebody doesn't live up to your trust, that's your lesson. What can you do? Not trust?
Yeah.
Everybody?
No.
So then how do you know who to trust and who not to trust? Maybe the person you trust.
If I listen to myself, I can, my senses or my instincts can lead me sometimes wrong or right. But,
So that you answer your own question. Wrong or right? That's your lesson. Wrong or right?
okay, so
Lesson is in the wrong also, in the right also. In fact, there is more lesson in the wrong. Your intuition says I should trust her. And you trust her. And she doesn't live up to the trust. What will you do? Hate her? Huh?
I'll be upset.
And then you will stop trusting everybody?
I will close myself from trusting others.
And what about trusting yourself? Please understand, whenever you talk about other, remember one thing, that other is inside your head too. Other is not only out there. There are many others we have created inside our head. What about them? The other is everything apart from the Purusha. Multiple Prakritis are other. You trust yourself as a mother, but you don't trust yourself as a yoga teacher. Why is that? You trust yourself as a yoga teacher, but you are not confident about yourself as a parent. Why is that?
These are different skills or different experiences.
Yeah, but still, trust is common. Trust is not a skill. Trust is the basis of a skill.
Still, we are in the world of Prakriti,
Yes.
and trust is something that can lead to results either.
Sure, good or bad.
Yes.
So, that's your lesson. You understand what I'm saying? That's your lesson.
The lesson is to go and trust whatever will be. There is a catch, I can't.
The catch is your trust is linked to a certain expectation.
Okay.
That expectation may not always come true.
Okay.
You have to be ready for that. Because in life, things are not going to happen always the way you want them to happen.
That's fine. So I wouldn't trust someone that is not, that will not deliver what I need.
You don't want to trust them? No, yes or no?
No.
Good.
I mean, it's a
That's fine.
it's survivor. It's a survivor.
Sure. Are you clear you don't want to trust them?
There's certain person not.
Okay, then go ahead. Live your life that way. That's fine. That's your clarity. Then, if I argue with you, you don't have to move from your clarity. You say, sorry, this is my clarity.
Okay.
This is how you move and this is how you navigate Prakriti. This is what I'm saying. If 10 people come and say, no, you have to trust him. You know him from such a long time. If your mind, your heart, your whole embodied body says, no. Something inside me tells me not to trust. Fine. Your clarity. Your clarity will give you contentment. And each of us have to live our contentment. Live your clarity, die your confusion. The clarity is difficult to form if you are feeding on other people's opinions. if you are, it's like a dependent person. If since the childhood you have been pushed to survive on other people's opinions, you will never know who you are. For example, there's a child whose father or mother is always giving them money, 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 money. They grow up and they don't know how to make their own money. They become handicapped. It happens a lot in the rich people's families, industrialists or people, whatever. They don't know how to make money. Why? Because money came very easy for them. Work on trust, and trust mainly on three things. Number one, the universe, God or whatever. Number two, the process of yoga. And number three, yourself. Whichever comes easy, you start with it. If you are not involved in yoga, trust the universe or God or whatever you call it. If you don't believe in the universe or God, you are on yoga path, trust the process. You don't trust the process because it is very confusing, you don't have understanding of God, trust yourself. You have to trust something and start. Again, the point that I am making is, all that you are looking for is with you. You have to carve out yourself. They say about that Michelangelo who carved out David, right, from a rock. He could see the David inside the rock. Others could not. Others just saw the rock. Michelangelo had this X-ray vision, and there was a chunk of a rock and he could see. Where was David? David was not made. David was carved out. Yoga process works the same way. You have to detach from what you are not to find who you are. You are there. If you want to see your original form, your naked form, you have to remove all your clothes. That's why yoga has more to do with detachment than achievement. There's nothing to achieve in yoga. There's nothing to achieve in yoga. We think it's coming from outside, but it is just self-revelation. You are revealing, you're flowering. That's why one word I use again and again in terms of spirituality is self-flowering. You are literally blossoming, and blossoming is an inside-out process. Allow yourself to blossom. Don't cage yourself in your mind, in your beliefs, in your attitudes, in your action. It's there, all there. Give it time. Be patient. Do your practice. It is there. Don't be somebody who is thirsty, looking for water, but digs in one place for 2 feet, another place for 3 feet, next place for 1 foot. You have to dig in one place deep. That is the process of yoga. Dig in one place deep. And then even if you have a small little shovel with you, still it's okay. Keep digging, keep digging, keep digging, keep digging, keep digging. You don't need a big caterpillar machine to dig. No. Patience. Dig, 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 dig. Water is there. Water is there. How do we know? Otherwise we would not be studying yoga. Yes.
Every time I come to ask this question about who I am, and I go like through this negative answers like I am not that and I am not that, and I'm refining. So it goes through what I don't want to do as a job, it goes through what I don't want to do as a woman. Do I want to be a mother? Do I want relationship? there's always a point in which I realize that I'm still, in this kind of identity, so I don't want to work at that. I don't want to be, I think I have clarity, and then this clarity still has vocabulary, still has,
Sure.
and there is a part of me that feels that knowing that self, it is beyond words. It should be something that, I'm not supposed to be able to vocalize. And even if my life feels every time more tuned and more correct and more, and I feel better and I feel happy, I'm not sure, where to dig. I mean, it always goes back to language. It always goes back not always, but many times. I don't know if I'm asking clearly.
I understand what you're saying. That's because you already have made a concept of who you are. You already somewhere have made a concept of who you are. Now that's why you are judging yourself by saying that, but it's still language. I know it should not be with language. We don't know who we are. And when we find who we are, we will not be able to express that in language also. That's why don't have concepts in yoga. Don't have this idea that I am like this, I am like this. It's still a thought. And you will need this thought. Refining thought process is what is required. Because the Purusha beyond the thought has no thought. So right now, whatever process you are going through, let it go through. Please understand, even the confusion in the path is a part of the process. There's nothing. If you are sincerely on the path of yoga, please understand this. There's nothing wrong. There cannot be wrong on a path of yoga. It's just your perception of this is wrong. You have made an idea. We have read so many books about yogis and how yoga should be. Now something off has come your way from inside. You have made a decision, this is not yoga. This is not right. No. Keep digging, keep digging. Please understand, yoga is an organic process. If you are sincere and if you have faith, things will come your way. Yoga will send you, or God will send you right people, right experiences, right opportunities, right failures. Just keep processing them and move on. There's nothing more to do. What more to do? Just keep doing. This more is Prakriti, is not Purusha. Wanting to be better, more, faster, higher, stronger. These comparative degrees are all in the transactional reality of Prakriti. Spiritual path works opposite. Less is more. Simple is easy. It's opposite. You have to take the concepts of practical life, invert them, spiritual life. More is less on spirituality. Easy means simple in spirituality. So, I will assure you all, those of you who have come here and are sincerely sitting in this retreat, just carry on with what you're doing. There's nothing additional to do. It just requires time. It's like you're pregnant and now you are 6 weeks pregnant. Everything is nice. You are impatient to see the baby. What will you do? Wait. Baby is not going to come out just because you are impatient in 4 months, 5 months. And if it comes out, it's not good for the baby. So, you have to be patient. You have to allow the process to happen and the right time to come till the baby is delivered. You are also babies. Or maybe mothers. Mothers babying your own true selves. Don't get lost in techniques. I make this prayer in every workshops I go. We have had enough technique. We don't need more technique. What we need is trust. In fact, the more you dabble with different techniques, the more you will stay on the superficial level. It's beautiful, it's interesting to surf the waves, but if you want the pearls, you have to dive down the ocean. Stop flirting with techniques. Flirting with techniques shows your fear of commitment. Today this yoga, tomorrow that yoga, and then next this style and this teacher and that teacher. Changing teachers will not bring you wisdom. I told you, it's not about the teacher at all. When you are really hungry, Chinese food or Italian food doesn't matter. You just need food. If you are very hungry and you say, sorry, only Chinese, then be ready to die. Beggars can't be choosers, and we are all beggars. We are really beggars. We have not yet found the abundance of our true self. So we are all beggars. Refine your techniques. There's a path of yoga called mantra yoga. You go to the Guru, Guru gives you a mantra. That's the end of sadhana. Now the ball is in your court, the mantra is yours, now you do your sadhana. Till when? Till the mantra liberates you completely, till the moksha. Can't go to the Guru after 6 months and say, getting bored, give me something else. Guru will say, I am not an entertainer, I am not a service provider. I am not here to entertain you.
You wrote it on your in the
Yes. Mantra yoga. The mantra that Guru gives you is the confidence of the Guru in the mantra, and the mantra has delivered. The mantra that the Guru gives you will take you. This train goes to the destination. Just sit in the train and wait. Do your practice. Things will come. See, again I am saying, we don't understand how this is how consciousness works, and consciousness is alive. You don't have to go here and there and seek and search and find and hunt, and all this you do for job, for money, all this fine. But spirituality doesn't work that way. Spirituality, find your path and just keep walking. Just keep walking. Another example I usually give is, imagine for lifetimes you were lost in a forest. Lifetimes on lifetimes you were lost in a forest without finding a road. Now we have found a narrow path. What will you do? You can't see where the path is going. But it's a legit path. It's a road. Come on. It's a nice road. Will you walk on the road or will you go back to the forest? Walk. But you can't see any house, any chimney, any store.
You have to trust.
Correct. Why? Because it is a road. If it is a road, it is going to go to some human settlement. So, shut your mouth, shut your mind and keep walking. It will take you 10 days, 15 days, 20 days, 2 lifetimes, doesn't matter. You are on the road, keep walking, you will come home.
How do you know we are on the road?
Because you can see that it is not a forest, wild forest. That's why I said, what will you do? I did not say walk on the road. I will never say you walk on the road. What will you do? If you choose to go back to the forest, saying, sorry, this road is dirty. I need a proper concrete road. Go back. It's always your choice. Spirituality is always a choice. You know, in the books of yoga, they give a beautiful example. When you start on the path of yoga, you are like the little baby of a monkey. Have you seen a monkey carrying a baby? Who hangs to whom? Baby clings to the mother. So, the scriptures say, when you are a beginner on the path, you are the baby holding the mother. It is your responsibility to hold the mother. If you are not holding her tightly, you will fall. That's your end. But after some time, you become a kitten, baby of a cat. Now, who holds whom? Mother holds the baby. We are all in a stage where we have to hold our mother. Who is our mother? Path of yoga, universal mother, whatever it is, God, whoever. It is our responsibility to hold yoga. And a time will come when the faith is strong enough. Yoga will carry us. And then it is effortless. Then there is no question, there is no doubt, it is as good as enlightenment. Because life becomes so effortless. You have demands, but if those demands are not fulfilled, you are okay. You're okay, you're fine. There's no effort. You are floating in the river. You are not swimming against the river. All this happens. I have not written a speech that I have by hearted and I am speaking. I am speaking for the last 1 hour because it's coming from my heart, because I have lived what I am saying. And I assure you, if you commit to your practice with faith, and you are committed, that's why you are here. That's why any opportunity you would have ran away. That's why people who come on the second day of a workshop or a retreat, I thank them. Because many times when I do Saturday, Sunday retreats, Saturday, Sunday workshops, I will always, on a Sunday morning, I will say, those who have come on a Sunday morning, they are real students. So maybe first day you come out of, some error or some mistake, and you came here, you stayed here, and I am happy that we did this retreat on a mountain in Tuval. Energy would have been very different at Sadotyam. Our content, the things that we are discussing, your resolve, your commitment is mountain, unshakable, earth element. This is earth element. If we were in the water element, let's go to the beach, lot of distractions. Here, nowhere to run away. And if you sit there and look out, you see the expanse. And that expanse reminds you of your expanse. Have you done that? Sit there and look over the horizon. And you are looking, you are looking, you are looking, and you are looking, and you feel your heart. You feel yourself. Even though your eyes are looking there, you feel here. Why? Because the expanse of the soul is extensive, just like your vision. So trust the process. That's it. Don't get confused, please. Now don't go here and there and this and that, and even if you get confused, still it's a part of the process. You're still on the path. Now you are infected by yoga. Now even if you don't do yoga, yoga will happen. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, as a teacher, even if I stop teaching yoga, still transformations will happen in me and around me. Same way, even if you don't do yoga, the kind of perception and the kind of awareness that you have right now, yoga will happen. You will evolve. You will catch yourself. You will not like when you do something wrong. You will try to be pure. You will try to be calm. You will be attracted by silence, peace. You will hold each other in love. You will not like violence. All these things will happen because you're already on the path. That's why I always tell my students, you don't have to be a yoga teacher. Just be a good yoga student. And the rest will happen. You can never be a good yoga teacher without first being a good yoga student. And if you're a good yoga student, yoga teaching will just happen through you. Just happen. You don't need a certificate, you don't need a title, you don't need a studio. Wherever you are, teachings will happen. And I don't know how that happens, but it happens. I have weird stories to tell you from my life. Once I was sitting on a Istanbul airport, one woman came, I was having some meal between flights. One woman came like this, so she sat down, she says, "You look like a person I can trust, can I talk?" I said, "Okay." For 2.5 hours, she sat, she cried, she told me her life story. And then, just like she came, she looked at the screen. My flight is boarding. Okay, I have to go. I paid for her coffee. I still don't know who she is. She said thank you. You know. She went. I'm just sharing, not boasting, but just sharing. Things will happen. One day I missed a flight in Spain. I missed a flight, and all the other fighting, and I was just standing there, calm. So the communications manager of that Iberia Airlines, she was trying to deal with all these people, and then she saw me, and she came out, and she said, "Take this." She gave me lunch coupon. She didn't give lunch coupon to anybody. She gave me lunch coupon. And then I went and had lunch. I thought she's giving to everybody. She didn't give, because everybody else was fighting. I was just standing. Because fighting, what? I mean, if she's not the pilot, she doesn't know when will the next flight come. So why should I fight with her? I'm just waiting, because even she doesn't know. Then I had my lunch and I came back. And then she came out of her cabin and says, "Who are you?" And I said, "Why?" Everybody was fighting with me. I'm okay, that's my job, because I'm a communications manager. That's what I am get paid for. But you are not fighting. You are standing quietly. Who are you? I said, "Who are you means what? I'm just a passenger." She said, No. What do you do? Why are you going to Las Palmas? I said, well, to teach. Teach what? And she was very, very smart. Huh? She was like, maybe she has worked in immigration before. So like, she was like, "What do you do? Why?" I said, "I don't know, I have a workshop." "What workshop?" "Yoga." Then she found the answer. Okay. And then she dropped me till the gate. She found the answer. She said, And then she said, "Yeah, I used to do yoga, now I'll start again. Thank you." That's it. What did I do? I didn't walk around, "Yoga teacher, 200 hour, 500 hour, www. No. When yoga flows through you, you're just how you are. And those who are going to get motivated or inspired, they will. Those who are not, let them go. Fine. That's okay. So just don't get lost in techniques. Trust the process. You are all on the path. And I'm telling this confidently. Whatever you have done to bring yourself here, or whatever universe has done to bring you here, if Universal Mother has taken care of you to bring you here, she will take care of you till your final realization. I assure you that. the reason I'm saying this is because things happen on the path. And we have to trust it and go with it. There is a universal intelligence behind this. And the more sincere and trusting you are, the more opportunities you come your way. Now don't wait for some opportunities to be exactly like that. Like many times people have told me, you don't look like an authentic yogi. Why? Because yeah, in Spain people left. 3 people, this is just one time, 3 people left because we advertised and they didn't put my photo or whatever. They said yogi from India. Okay, so people came and I was sitting in my jeans and t-shirt. So this was a group of women. She said, where is the teacher? So my friend who was organized said this. She looked at him. He's a teacher, but he's wearing jeans. So she was like, so? But he's not wearing orange clothes. He doesn't even have a beard. No, sorry. Okay, sorry. So they took their money back and they went.
You're too young.
So many times. That is another. So many times. So, especially if you're a yoga teacher, don't worry about the feedback. Instead of taking feedback and feedback form, ask yourself. Learn to communicate with your own inner voice and let it guide you. And about external reality, the universal mother will send you people, inspirations and everything to guide you. You just have to trust it. And remember, the growth experiences of yoga will come to you in the least expected form. If you are imagining some orange cloth, big beard, yogi to come and guide you, then some small insect will come and guide you. Yes. Sometimes some person will come in your life for 1 day, half a day, 15 minutes, but will leave such a strong impact on your life. So be open. We don't know how universe wants to teach you. So that's why I said step a little back from good and bad. Keep the good and bad only for practical living. Move away from good and bad for spirituality. I'll just take 2 or 3 questions. Yes? You have a question or you're just yawning? Stretching, sorry. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I think I wrote here, tomorrow also is a day.
Okay.
I will ask you.
Oh, good. Fine. No problem. Okay. Any questions? Well, that's it. I am done. I'm done means, there's nothing much to say. Trust, just develop your trust and don't get lost in the technique. That's it. How much more to say? Okay? Good. So join your hands. We'll finish. Inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.